All right, so in this lick, we're actually going to be using hammer-ons to sort of extend what is possible if we're only going to be playing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we add in some of our hammer-ons, we can sort of extend how long and how much character the line can sound like. All right, so here's what it sounds like. So what we want to think about in this is making sure we line up thumb, index, middle, and ring on the top 4 strings here. The thumb is going to grab all the notes that are on the D string, the index is going to grab on the G, and then on the B string is going to be your middle, and then A, the ring finger, you'll see that in the tab P-I-M-A. It's going to grab that on the top. So what we're doing here is we're going to play the D, an open D string, and then I'm going to hammer on with the first finger. Right? And then as soon as I hammer that on, then I'm going to do the first finger is going to grab the G, second finger is going to grab the B. And then when I get to the B, I'm going to hammer this on right here with the third finger, like that. The tricky thing is making sure when you hammer on to use the very tip of the finger, because what's going to happen is you're going to need an open string right after that on the high E, and if you play a hammer on and get a little bit of the side of the finger, it's going to mute that high E string. So just be real aware that you're on the fingertips the whole time. And I'm grabbing that high E string with the ring, and then I'm going to come back, since the third finger is here on the B string on the 3rd fret, I'm going to use my second finger right back here, because remember, we talked about lining up a finger for each string, so when you come back to that string, you already have a finger ready and available to be used. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually go down with the thumb. So what I'm going to do is the thumb on this, and we're doing this kind of C add 9 type chord here, where I put my second finger on the 3rd fret of the A, the third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret there, and then my first finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the D. And you'll notice my thumb is going to actually grab this on the A string as well as on the D string. So the middle finger grabs the B, and then the index is going to be grabbed by the G, the index is going to grab the G. And then I go back to where I started. And then this, we're going to switch this just a little bit, and here's the overall pattern. That's kind of what we're doing, but what we want to do is play this with, we want to extend it with our hammer-ons. So we're going to go 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 1st finger, right in a row. So we have the 4th fret of the D, we have an open G, I have the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret with my 1st finger on the high E, and I'm going to go, right? So I'm hammering on this one, all of those. So now we turn in these notes right here. Now we just extend the line. And from there, we go back to the beginning that we started with. Repeat that same thing again. And now we're going to end this a little bit differently, and this brings us to the close of the lick, but also allows us to go right back to the beginning. So here's the chord here. We're going to do the same thing. You're outlining this shape like that. And what you want to do is actually hit open, then hit open, and just remember thumb, index, middle, ring, and you have to stagger because sometimes you're going to be skipping a beat because that's taken by the hammer-on. So just be aware of that. Play through that slowly. And the other thing is just remember playing on your fingertips, because we have an open string here. You want to make sure when you do the hammer-on, you're not going to mute the surrounding strings. So now let's try this I'm going to put this at 150 beats per minute so you can hear what it sounds like with a click. 1, 2, ready, go.